生き返った。かもしれない。あれあれほんまに。ほんまに耐えて痩せる。どこから切りてた。
画面を見てた国民は
おらんのかい。誰も見てないの。もしかして誰も見てないのこのゲーム。
バラ騎士団に近づいたところ、僕は工程が切れてから来たので、そんな。
見てた人がいた。
すいません、インスタンスダンジョンを行ってて、左目で見てます。
クイズしますよ。クイズして不正解なら終了しますよ。
さんが謎の光に包まれたとこまでしか。
それはちょっと前だ。
見てましたよ。
Radovid witnessed what the Order did in Vizima. He saw the Grand Master's madness with his own eyes. Yet he gave them a new home. For a good reason, I expect.
That's easy. He needed a whip against Isleheart.
You shouldn't let them see you.
I know. To them, a good elf is a dead elf.
It's not because you're an elf. It's because you're Yorvith.
I'll try to enter the city through the caves. I advise you to do the same.
The knights will know I'm wanted. You know of a passage?
I know of a cave nearby. There are many ways to enter Loch Muin, my friend. If Radovid has summoned the Order, I'm certain the others have brought their armies as well. The city must be full of soldiers. All of them sitting as if on a witch's bomb, waiting for a spark. But that may be to our advantage. If the rulers have holed themselves up in camps, it should be easy to move about between them.
Let's go before we get noticed.
Good you're here. Look what I found.
Keep your distance.
なんじゃあれは。
Forgotten that a similar creature hung around my cave.
お前やれるのか。どっちも変な長いネタ。
I'm too old for this.
サバンナとかある。オラオラ。強い。拾えないのかよ。
強行すればもっと早く行けるんだろうけど、やることはシンプルなんだけど積み重ねが半端ない。うっちゃんも終わりが見えてきたけど、猿は終わりが見えない。ほう。 探索してなかったから居留地ずれで探索に
There's
出
a
戻り
forested valley on the other side of the city,
頑張って
once teeming with wildlife. The royal delegation arrived that way.
I know. That's why we went around. What exactly killed the friends?
Come on!
As the years went by and the climate turned colder, the Vrans had less and less food. Their hunters descended to the lowlands where they encountered the first human settlers and their plagues, typhus, dysentery and pneumonia. The Vrans began to fall ill. They tried to save themselves, building an aqueduct and sewers that rivaled today's. But it grew colder.
We're in Loch Muin.
We're on the fringes somewhere. We should find what we came for nearer the main quarters.
Let's go.
"まだポケモンがいるのかよ。
おう、高い石も SAS 決めらないで
なもんだ。
投げるのか
行って何なんだよこれ。
コーテイ
このゲームあまりにもダメージが低下すぎるだろ。嘘だろ、ここからかよ。嘘だろ、ここからだよ。嘘だろ。
マジかよ。そんなに。
I recognize this valley. This path leads to the city gate.
Come on!
あの連続攻撃どうすんだよ。
これで屋上に行ってた間が保管されますね。
クソだる。
A long time ago by you.
皇帝ペヤング超大盛り美味しいです。視聴者のために
These
やり直
mountains
しを
have
する
witnessed
こんにちは。
two civilizations. First that of the Vrans, and of ours, the Enshade.
ペヤングずるい。
Knights.
そう言われてもぶっ飛ばします。
草。
なんでこんな異常にめんどくさいんだよ本当に。
Good you're here. Look what I found.
Keep your distance.
Already forgotten that a similar creature hung around my feet.
Damn monsters.
脳があんまり効かないというか。
ドリブンって何ですか？エッチなゲームに出てくるやつですか？
forested valley on the other side of the city, once teeming with wildlife. It's now dead. The royal delegations arrived here that way.
I know. That's why we went around. What exactly killed the Vrans?
As the years went by and the climate turned colder, the Vrans had less and less food. Their hunters descended to the lowlands where they encountered the first...
どこ見て飲んでるねん。
君ちょっとずれてない。お耳には
When the elves arrived, they encountered only ghosts. A dead city falling into ruin.
こんばんは。
The N-shape restored its former beauty. Humans did not arrive here for many more years.
16代の前田刑事かな。
Let's go.
全然聞いてなくない？即死したぞ。なんだこりゃ。なんだこりゃ。
When the elves arrived, they encountered only ghosts. A dead city falling into ruin.
We're in
コーテーコロッケだと
なんだこりゃ。
口に含んだらカキフライだった時どうします？ダメだこりゃ。
Let's go.
アリコッカラだ。なんじゃこりゃ。マノモノぽい。
そんな状況になったことはない。
イタリアンだと思ったらオニオンフライだったことがあるよ。
I'm too old for this.
僕はカキフライは味込んで食べる。消しゴムだと思ったら豆腐だったことある。カキフライはご飯のおかずにできる派ですか？ピザマンだと思ったらアンマンだったことはある。泡がついてるの。カキフライはうまい。
強すぎだろこいつら。
わいも肉まん屋と思ったらピザまんやったことあるで。生牡蠣美味しいけど当たるんだよね。
何回言う？
かくれんぼかな。開けたら閉めるの精神。食べ過ぎたりお酒も飲んで消化能力が落ちるとちょっとののろでも疲れた。
They gagged Philippa in the nick of time. She almost cast a spell, rotting in the Redanian dungeon now in special shackles.
Radovid's right to show the witches their place.
I wonder what they'll do to her. Either the executioner or the monsters will have their fun. They say Logmuin's dungeons are full of scum of all kinds.
No idea what they locked her up for, but every sorceress is guilty of something.
True enough. Not likely to see anyone looking for her.
A dungeon befits Philippa Eilhart very well, though gallows would be even better.
If they killed her, you can forget about healing Saskia.
They must guard her as heavily as the Emperor's bedchamber. We'll not get in there.
I'm in no hurry to visit the Emperor's bedchamber, but we've got to get into the dungeon.
Look for a passage through the sewers. I'll locate Eilhart's quarters. If she didn't expect to be arrested, I may find something interesting there.
なんで捕まったんだろう。
I can think of a quicker way into the dungeon than the sewers. I just need to get arrested.
They'll take your weapons and put you in shackles. Though there is some chance you'll wind up in Philippa's cell.
I'll manage. Wandering through the tunnels would take too much time.
Let's go then.
I'll find Philippa. You search her quarters.
Right.
捕まんのか
We
よ。
learned a lot the last time we browsed through her things. Va fail, Gwynblade.
下水道から行こうよ。捕まるのめんどくさい。行ければの話だけど。いやいや。
ステルスは得意だから。
なんでこんな強いやつらが。これ無理じゃね
兵士助けて。
捕まった方が早いのでは。元気かい。
お
I
邪魔
don't
します。
believe you killed Foltest.
I didn't.
But a bounty is a bounty. I'm sure you understand. As a professional. It's nothing personal.
One more windbag.
あれなんか銭湯になっちゃったよ。ぶっ殺してしまった。捕まるはずだったんですけど。
ヒルマーグワッターズの
忘れた頃に出てくる。しまった。つい殺してしまった。
今日のしまった。今日のしまった。今日のしまった。
殺す気で殴ったら死んでしまった。死ぬとは思わなかった。
入りすぎてしまった。殺す気で。うっかりさん、コロちゃんかわいそう。
死ぬとは思ってたけど、本当に死んだ。
しょうがない。殺意は否定しており、誰かいる。
警察だ。
What can I do for you?
Do you play dice?
Would you like to join us?
Another time.
やってる場合かよ。なんだこの野生を失ったりの間。ウェントって何でしたっけ？
カードゲーム。
Damn monsters.
かしたり凍らせたり多彩である。
Oh, it's a lovely day today.
やれやれ。
推定進捗率 83.61%。残り3時間56分です。
ちょっとこれさすがに見つかるだろう。なんか道はないのか。ダメだ。道がない。
真正面からジェノサイドしながら救出できないの。
救出するつもりはないんだけど。なんで復活してんだよ。硬すぎる。魔法じゃないと硬すぎる。つながってんのかこれ。そもそも
明るくなってきちゃったわ。
Nothing special.
バレてないバレてない。
Now you tell me. I don't work with sorceresses. This is no job for me.
What's going on? Are you about to fight?
The Conclave has forbidden dueling.
You can't just back out. We agreed. We have commitments to fulfill.
You did take an advance on your fee.
And I'm keeping it. Don't you follow me.
あれだよ。あれだよ。
Witcher Geralt. A sight for sore eyes you are. May we speak?
波がないや。
Didn't expect to see you again. Certainly not here.
Loch Muin is an intriguing place.
For scientists especially.
We've mounted a small expedition and require protection.
What kind of expedition are we talking about?
We have irrefutable evidence that Epte Henna's laboratory is located in Loch Muin.
We need an armed man to protect us from the filth in the sewers. They're infested with monsters.
The details you'll get from our employer.
A sorceress.
I know a thing or two about monsters, and about sorceresses. What's this one's name?
I'm sorry, but we cannot disclose her name until you agree to join us.
何者だよ。
Nice talking to you then.
Cynthia! Her name is Cynthia!
何？
国民は何も見ていない。ゲラルトさんもゲラルトさんで思い出すところがエロいところなのがな。モット君が仕事しない。今のはアウトなのでは。
ギリギリセーフだった。
皇帝君ばっかずるい。そういうとこだぞゲラル
Remember
トさ
that
ん。
potion you gave me back in
や
Flotsam?
はりウィッチャーは危険すぎる。
How's the experiment going?
そうですね。
Noticed any side effects?
Or peculiar interactions with other potions?
Yeah, every time I mix it with vodka, my tongue gets hairy. What was Der Hannah doing in this city?
Everyone's heard of his 1,000 genie curse, but few know that he also had a penchant for the history of Loch Muin. He was particularly interested in the Vrans and their ultimate decline as a civilization. In his memoirs, he mentions that he left his archive here. That's how we pinpointed the location of his laboratory.
You did?
The sorceress did, in point of fact.
But we're the ones who know everything about Der Hannah.
I wrote my dissertation about the man. To arrive at the laboratory, we must pass through the sewers.
All right, I'm willing to help.
You won't regret it.
Where do we start?
We've gained access to an ancient crypt where mages were laid to rest. It's beneath that tower. Our companions await us there.
日報を出してる間にボラリしたの。してない鋼の石。国民ついてないな。してないよ。してないよ。国民は何も見てない。いいね。
ウラソ。
はい。
彼は優秀な完璧に近い人物よ。でも根っからの嘘つきでもある。
嘘つきチャンピオン。はい。
We've broken through in the right spot.
Quiet.
Stand ready. He killed Vanamar.
And many other mages. I know who he is, Cynthia.
In the same city as Philippa, and you didn't even bother to change your name. That takes balls.
Philippa's out of the picture. She's been arrested.
And I was supposed to die, but I didn't. Grave error.
I'll make you a deal.
You don't get it. You turned Triss into a cold stone. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out why I shouldn't turn you into a cold corpse.
She is alive and well. We decompressed her successfully. There were no complications.
And the interrogation after she was decompressed? Because you did interrogate her.
I personally supervised it. We presented the tools, gave her a few bruises, and that sufficed to get her to talk.
Cynthia, tell him to shut up or I'll kill him.
Silence, Adelbert. That's an order. Witcher, help me complete my mission. Help me open Der Hannah's laboratory.
What'll you give me?
I've read the intelligence reports. I know your past. There are things in there, important things you don't remember.
I could force you to tell me.
I don't think so. Will you torture me? We both know you couldn't.
今のは切れていい。
We'll come back to that. Why are you here?
We suspect Der Hannah's laboratory may contain documents and books that could be useful to the Imperial Academy of Science.
That wasn't even close to funny. You're lying.
We don't know what's inside. Der Henner was a talented man, but also an eccentric.
What do you hope to find?
That's confidential. I cannot tell you. Regardless, we need your help. The laboratory lies beneath the Redanian camp, which we cannot penetrate above ground. We want to get there through the sewers, but can't manage it without a capable swordsman.
How can I get into the Nilfgaardian camp?
There's one entrance. Beyond it, a long, heavily guarded corridor. You can't hope to sneak in. Renwald Matson chose the spot specifically to avoid being surprised.
Where are you holding Triss?
At the back of the camp, beneath a ruined building.
You're gonna help me free her?
Not likely. You're better off killing me now. You've no idea what the Emperor's intelligence apparatus does to turncoats.
About that offer. Fine. I'll help you open the laboratory.
In exchange, I'll tell you all I can.
また騙されそう。
Do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Are we likely to encounter drowners? Or related
とんでもないことになる。
perhaps other monsters?
That is how this world's built. Sewers are infested with monsters.
何回か死ぬことになる。というか薬が欲しいんですけど。
毎日ライブラリに知らないクソゲーが増えていくよ。禁断動画マラソンさせられる。
飲んでおくか。
皇帝は裏切り者だった。
いちいち正座すんのめんどくせやな。
瓶が消えた。
Ghouls?
めちゃくちゃ強いんですけど。なんか敵が。
2
段階ぐらい強くなってる。
That is how this world's built. Sewers are infested with monsters.
3発ぐらいでやられてましたよ。これが一番最初に沈んだんですが。
ちゃんと守ったってことや。
草。
吹かせますぎだろ。罠が何にも役に立たなかった。 オラオラオラ。破裂した。
I've kept my end of the bargain. I hope you'll keep yours.
Be sure of it.
なんだこの順番待ちシステムは。
I'm no rat to run around sewers. What we're looking for, anyway? Some graves, I heard.
Graves? So maybe there is something in this for us.
Shut your traps. Want the sergeant to hear? We've been deep shite. But it is a good idea.
We've got company.
なんだなんだ。
bastards.
The entrance must be somewhere here.
If our experts are to be trusted.
Der Henner dabbled in illusions, among other things.
He also experimented heavily with golems.
Golems with the power of speech, supposedly. They knew nothing of poetry, but...
Will you two shut up?
Yes, it's an illusion. I found a weak spot. Stand back. Later en lawn, Lisa en lawn, later dear!
At times I'm caught. You can get my kind of feat. Though I have no needles, they say I am piercing. What am I?
Careful with the answer. It could be a trap.
Typical of dear Henner. He was a
これは。
genius with a penchant for mischievous jokes, like a child.
So a couple of adults, purported experts, should have no problem solving this.
Indeed, it's trivial.
謎は解けるから謎なのです。
The answer is pain.
Incorrect.
No! Impossible! So many years of research
おいおい、ちゃんと金払え
Why
よ。
did we ever embark on this?
いい火力。
Imagine the books, the potions. My poor friend.
We must go on.
こいつら同時けないぞ。
Let's get this over with quickly.
早くやれよ。早くやれよ。
1090度 C くらいあります。
結局自分かい。
変わらそう。答える気なし。
Imagine the books, the potions.
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts though you already have me.
All right. Help me out here.
I was good at riddles as a child, but that was so long ago. Perhaps it's a capricious king who rewards some subjects and sends others off to war.
Kind and cruel. Supportive and sour. Only lovers are that fickle. And they're occasionally thoughtful enough to give gifts.
A Lady Cynthia is an expert. I'd take her suggestion if I were you.
I once had a lover. She left me devastated.
Or could it be love? It seems to fit. It can be kind, the greatest gift, or cruel and take its toll.
It can also be blind. How about an elf? Some are kind and bring gifts, others are bitter and cruel.
Do you think this is a game? Our lives are on the line here.
何でした？
Please repeat the riddle.
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts though you already have me.
側でも良さそう。
誰も逃れられないと言ってるから運命じゃないの。
でも誰も逃れられないが違うか。いっぱいあるか。
運命以外は逃げられる。
Correct.
It's going rather well so far.
ほらね。
Not for everybody.
さすがに。こいつらの言葉信じてたら死んでましたである。見たか？さすめらぎ。燃えた人が不憫すぎる。
Someone's been here recently.
終えた人がバカすぎる。おいおいショートカットがあるじゃねえかよ。意味ねえ。
I persuaded Gaspar to pursue all this.
命がけで来たのに。
最初のリドルの答えは何だろう。うふ。
なんて世話の焼ける。
優しい。もう問題も覚えてないよ。うふく。何やってんだこいつら。あ。お前がなるんかい。優しい。草。
積んだ。見ました。
介護工程。詰まってた理由があったであるな。ミイラ取りがミイラにひどい。
It's going rather well so far.
なんだこのクソゲーは。助かった。
Someone's been here recently.
すぐそこで助かった。
クソゲーいただきました。CD プロジェクトってクソゲーばっか作りますね。
バグゲーばっかり作りますね。
Oh well, the competition's here. Kill them.
CD プロジェクトの材料は
They must have descended straight from their quarter.
Bled a Nordling.
みんな死んだ
Another
か。
guardian. Later Enlorn. Lisa Enlorn. Later dear.
なんか拾ったぞ。宝探し経過。
It's reacting to my spell.
やべまたかよ。
ツルハシ。
セーフ。
A group of travelers
お前ら
wandering
少し
through
は
the
自
dark.
分でやれよな。
Three guides above them, so three were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travelers. We must examine the frescoes, seek answers there.
I'll advise you about the riddle, but I will not take part in disarming the device. I've got a bad feeling about this.
ありがとうございます。
なんのこっちゃ。皇帝親子丼美味しいよ。
何が何でした？
ずるい。ずるい。うまそう。
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
概説ってなんだよ。
A group of at night.
What do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
全然わからん。
星が3つうんたらかんたらって言ってましたね。
星が3つって並んだよ。
Can someone remind me how the line...
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
What do you think?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and...
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at...
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon...
意見をまとめろ移動。つまりどういうことだよ。
まとめろ移動。
文字が3つでなんだって。
まとめろ移動。賢そう。さっぱりわからない。
星が3つで言うの。
僕はお前の言ってることが全くわからないんだ。
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
夜には竜の跡をたどる。
What do you think?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass like...
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would...
In alchemy, the winged...
父の跡。
It should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the White Rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Can someone remind me how the line was?
As I recall, the second verse was, a silver lady shining and fine, if only her visage she would deign to unfold.
これは
What do you think?
To my mind, it speaks of the White Rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
丸ってのはどういうことだよ。
It describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head. "満月は確かにこの中では唯一稀といえばですね。
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
Can someone remind me?
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches which guided the travelers by day.
全然わからん。
Can someone
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches which guided the travelers by day.
昼ってのはどういうことだよ。時間が関係しているのか。
わかりません。
こんなの結局何とでも取れるんじゃないの。
Sweet!
応援、
作者の気持ち次第じゃないの。
What do you say to...
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mine.
The verse is not literal. In
The mine entrance in the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco. Let's see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
点どれだよ。これか。
Intruder detected.
No!
開いた。
開いた。
合ってたのか。
Our expedition has
本
grown
当に合っ
thin.
てたのか、こ
Such
れ。
a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of
3
course.
人用ならそう言ってよ。強そう。
A golem. So
何でもよ
Darehen's
かったの
legend
か
is
な。
true.
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
こいつ知能があるぞ。
Pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there,
一番理性的な口調で話すじゃねえか。こんばんは。これ知ってる。サイバーパンク2088
So
でし
you're
ょ。
aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed?
こいつ賢そうだぞ。
Life, predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it, better than mine. When a human is born,
こんばんは。
he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhenna's mastery. Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Derhenna, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
Has anyone tried to enter before?
I recall no intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
メモリが少ない。
You're far more self-aware than a typical golem. Can you make sovereign decisions?
The Master made me the way I am, because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder.
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
I have other questions. Do you remember your creator?
Of course. I was summoned into being by Master Derhenna. I abide by his will, by his power, by the necessity encased in my stone bowels.
Derhenna is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on, as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
Can I ask you for the name word which brought you to life and which can deactivate you?
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
なんと。
You're not an automaton. You're self-aware and you think. You can make decisions.
失敗した。
怖い。
I am eloquent and can discern between guests and intruders. I can also deal with the latter. But everything I say and do is limited by my restrictive program. By the way, as an automaton, I am immune to all charms. Stop the intruders.
Damn monsters.
おいおい、結局ダメだったじゃねえかよ。なんか増えてる。3人もいる。魔法は吹かないって本当か。ダメだ、魔法が吹かない。ちょっと魔法使いったら怒られた。なんとかしてこっちは体力しかないんだよ。走った。なんで邪馬台もいるんだけど、から出てきた。
I have other. Derhana must have been an exceptional man. Can you tell me about him?
I guard everything that belonged to the master, including his privacy, which he valued highly. I can tell you nothing.
I have other questions. Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away. You must have a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
Powerful magic created you. Derhana was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely here.
You are wrong. The pain of the world, melancholy, lies within the domain of emotions and feelings. My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
In my case, it comes from the will of the master, who liked to speak with me.
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
Can we discuss the program that controls your behavior?
Of course not.
I have other... We're not getting anywhere with this. We came here for Derhana's treasures, and we will have them.
I will not allow it. Stop the intruders.
ダメでした。やっぱりダメでした。 で攻撃が当たる。邪魔だよお前。
名前がわかればどうにかなるのかな。
A golem.
It is.
Can I ask you for...
Do that.
And do you... I have... Did... A golem's name is the word that gave it life. Do you... So you...
Do you...
Has... Your farm...
相手の言葉を矛盾させたい。
Alright, I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with fascinating discoveries.
And terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adelbear. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
Your master is long dead, and you're more than a mere golem. We'll search Derhenna's notes, find a way to free you from your service, and expand your consciousness.
I desire no freedom, just as I do not desire to be anything more than I am, intruder. Stop the intruders.
ダメでした。
How many more can there be?
とにかく生き残って。仲間にやってもらおう。こっちの攻撃は通用しない。味方がいるんだから味方にやってもらおう。結構強いし。やばい。らっしゃい。減ったぞ。はい減ったぞ。オラオラ。オラオラオラ。オラオラオラ。オラオラオラ。
Let's have a look. This is better than I'd hoped.
A great success for Nilfgaard this mission.
Maybe you'll get that promotion.
月額で買った。
There are his notes about the city's history.
哲学の勝利。
ローンか何か。買ったの。
Diana describes finding an important document about the van.
Can you feel that?
My medallion's vibrating.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it.
これが現象法ですか。
Later, Elorn. Lisa Elorn. Later, dear!
なんやなんや。
The device. What is it?
You've done your job. You'll be paid and...
Paid like the scholars were? They died once they were no longer useful.
They were never useful, but Cynthia insisted. Fortunately, they were so kind as to remove themselves without my help.
I'm not about to be that kind.
Adelbert, you know what you're to look for.
Yes, Mom.
It's a prototype megascope. I didn't know it had survived.
What's it do?
The artifact detects an emotional bond with a person. Its user need only focus on that person and the device will establish a connection.
Great tool for a spy.
Yes.
Time you fulfilled your end of the bargain. What do you know about my past?
You were a rider of the Wild Hunt. I read the reports.
Don't the Nilfgaardians have anything better to do than write reports about witchers?
Not about witchers. About you. You are the sole person to have been a member of the host. And survived.
Anything else? Any detail you can give me would be useful.
Don't trust Letho.
You think I trust the people I hunt?
He's your foe today, but he wasn't always.
How do you know I knew Letho?
I've read...
The reports, I know. Why are you warning me about him?
Because I like you.
Is there anything to prove I was part of the Wild Hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn and quartered for lying in their reports.
An enlightened nation indeed.
You haven't the faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived?
You're a former rider of the Hunt, and you live. You may be the key to solving the mystery of the retinue, and they all know that. You must watch out for yourself.
Let's say you've satisfied my curiosity.
Well then, consider me glad to have satisfied a witcher, whatever the way.
I'd like to try out the device.
You realize that can only end badly.
Cut in again and I'll put you in my report. You may use it, but just once.
Giving state secrets away to a Nordling. Will you mention that in your report?
You're sure to be named a commander one day, Adelbert. But until that happens, be a good boy and do your job.
Article 22 of the Code is clear. Suspicion of treason is sufficient grounds to strip a commander of power. Article 1 of my personal code is equally clear. Traitors must be subjected to the most painful death possible.
割り飽きたね死んだか
I didn't expect that.
Multiplication. Second year at the academy, all mages learn it.
I didn't expect you to take my side.
Well, now choose one person you wish to contact. After that, the artifact's mine.
Nilfgaardian agents get quartered for lying in reports. What does the Empire do to agents who kill their colleagues?
Nothing. As long as no one finds out.
Will we meet again?
I wouldn't mind at all. Look for me at the inn.
マジっすか。
腰詰めで1のアーカイブ見よう。
Let's say...
Well then,
I'd appreciate it if you didn't eavesdrop while I eavesdropped.
I shan't trouble you. I've a lot of work to do here.
ナドビットって誰でしたっけ？
レダニアの王様。
知らん。
Your fate is in your hands, sorceress.
My fate? You haven't asked a single question about me.
Yet it is all up to you. Your situation is a comfortable one. Do not squander your chance. So, wish to tell me anything?
来てるじゃないか。
I'm a sorceress, an advisor to the King of Temeria.
I believe we agreed you would speak only of things I do not know about.
残念ですね。別信。
I hope you learned something useful.
I'm just sorry I can't use the artifact a few more times.
Its power has been depleted.
I understand. Thanks anyway.
消えただと。
Diana's notes from a mutation procedure manual. Diana mentions some bacteria strains.
ふむ。
こんばんは帝国順調ですか。こんばんは皇帝。ヒロインは
全ては順調に進んでいるようだ。
出てきた。 やれやれ。ひどい目にあった。
壁を殴って抜けてくるようなヒロインでしたか？
So, are you a sorceress
now?
It's not that simple. A pass is simply not enough. But Philippa Eilhart summoned me here for an important exam, so I hope to be one soon.
An exam?
A secret one. I'm not even sure how to prepare. I'm cramming intensely, everything bit by bit, just to be sure.
Good luck. Still willing to sell me potions and herbs?
I'm a student, aren't I? Every little copper counts.
I'm collecting information.
The Wild Hunt! A retinue of wraiths who speed across the heavens upon skeletal horses. Positive proof of its existence has yet to be proffered. However, no one is prepared to deny its occasional sorties into this...
Proffered?
That's...
HP かよ。エレメンタル。ゴーレム。ゴーレムツで。明示ボーナスがあるからこっちの方が。
明治は有料企業やな。チョコレートは
薬もちょっとれよなこいつ。宿屋はどこだ？こっち行けるのか？まずいのではないか。バレてない。
Gonna keep a look into. Break your wands and burn your hats. Turn away the black cat. And the bat, the owl, and the...
有料キャラクターでしたか。
Likewise.
職人。
It's a brazen attack.
シンシアだ。
We need to talk.
Of course.
You had me fooled back in Vergen. That sweet face of yours. Never suspected it could belong to someone who fanatically believes in conquering the North.
Mock me if you must. But I truly believe one huge empire is humanity's only hope. Many nations under one crown. With shared laws, advanced science, burgeoning industry and trade, and no wars, of course.
Sounds great. Let me know when it works out. I'd gladly spend my old age in a land like that. These ruins must hold many secrets.
I'm certain of that. It was a beautiful city. A city full of talent and hope. But that ill ended with the coming of the Nordling armies.
Think the city would have survived if those armies had been Imperial?
Your king started the war with the Enshe. Nilfgaard's relations with the elves have always been peaceful.
They really did a job on your brain. That was an interesting adventure, Cynthia.
Yes. People bond over experiences like that.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder what happened back in Vergen. Did you get your promotion?
Not yet. But His Imperial Majesty rewards dedication.
Can he discern the truth from lies?
What do you mean?
I take it the Emperor has no idea his sorceress helped a mutant kill a Nilfgaardian mage.
It was a dangerous expedition. Casualties were inevitable. He'll content himself with that.
Got time to talk? Or are you off on another dangerous mission?
Even we Nilfgaardian agents rest sometimes.
Used the artifact yet?
I'm working on improving it. I think it'll be useful one day.
I found some of Derhenna's notes. He studied the history of the Vrans, right?
Among other things.
He makes several mentions of an epidemic.
Loch Muin conceals many more secrets than we imagined. I doubt we'll ever know all of them.
Well, if Derhenna's to be trusted, the epidemic had something to do with the Enshe. Maybe the Vrans caught the disease from the elves.
I'm no expert on diseases, Witcher. Who knows? Perhaps Derhenna was right, and the decline of Vrani civilization was much darker and more sudden than we thought.
You knew what we'd find in that laboratory.
Come again?
You wanted the bacteria strains that killed the Vrans, or more precisely, Derhenna's notes from his research into them.
This is very dangerous knowledge.
I suspect that's exactly why the Emperor is so interested.
The North is in chaos. An epidemic is the last thing you need. And one could break out if Derhenna's book fell into the wrong hands.
Fortunately, it's now in the right hands. In Emir's civilized and manicured hands.
Precisely.
I'm finding it hard to believe anything you say.
Did you come here to insult me?
No. Sorry.
What exactly do you want?
I was curious. I wanted to see which Cynthia I'd meet this time. The spy? Maybe. The woman.
Which were you hoping to meet?
The real one.
Let's assume you're speaking to her. How do you like her?
Let's say I like her quite a bit.
Compliments are clearly not your forte.
I just told you why I've come. Care to tell me why you invited me?
Let's say I was interested to see which Geralt would show up.
And?
これまずいですか?
ほんとゲラルトさんと来たらモテるんだから早い。すぐ口説こうとする。
これまずいですよ。
早めなさいよ。
って
I noticed. Farewell, Cynthia.
ノータオルでした。
一番活躍している。ノータオル。
This would never happen if the conclave still existed.
Greetings.
Many thanks.
Kitchen open.
It's not that kind of. Only in the.
すっきりした顔のゲラルトさんと皇帝の二人だけが。ノータオルフィニッシュです。皇帝君だけずるい。はい。のからタオルノーライフ。昨夜はお楽しみでしたね。
嘘だろ、これ一個ずつかよ。
リーダーが魔女にさらわれた恋人
ふざけてるのか。
がさらわれているからのイチャイチャ。めんどくせだ。FF5 くらいからまとめて買うシステムだったのに。
クソめんどくさすぎる。このゲームやるなら重量もっとは言えないと。 重量もっと入れないと。絶対嫌になるね。
And if Grandma had a moustache, she'd be a catfish.
We must protest with ならないが無視もできない重量。裁判も荷物管理がめんどくさい。
なんで開発者はそういうのが好きなの？
バイオの主人公よりはたくさんモテますよ。バイオの主人公は服にポケットないから。裁判は装備腹した時に入る。
あれツバメとこれだけあればいいか。
She should pull down his pants and give him a thrashing in front of all those knights.
I'm afraid she's lost that option.
レオンはスーツケース転がしてたのに。あれ、どんだけでかいスーツケースなんだ。国民が裁判を遊んでいる。妙だな。アットマークに君が裁判恋恋国民か。国民のことだからサイバーパンツとかで遊んでるんでしょ。長芋好きだな、国民は。裁判国民は裁判やる前に
It's a brazen
たくさん
attack.
あるはず。
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
Pull yourself together!
裁判のパチモンエロブラウザゲームの広告、うざいよ。裁判国民、裁判っぽいゲームいっぱい当たりましたも疲れた。
で、どこだかわからん。
パチモンが訴えられたら裁判になるである。19時になりました。うまい。毛根、毛根。裁判の裁判。毛根。今日は非常にスリリングなウィッチャーだった。
といいな。
アウトギリギリだった。そうなんだ。見たかったな。みっちゃんは進んだけど、
今日は
進むかな。
今日は残せないかこれ。アーカイブ残せないか。どっちだっけ。
証拠隠滅。
一回切れて。一 一回回線切れてい。その後でしたっけ？
切れた後ですね。カット編集できればな。
切れた後だね。
加工すればどうでしょう。
無事は切れる。
一部だけ切るとか加工する。
ミルダムのやつは加工できない。
モザイク入れて。
腰つべはカッタします。ということで、お疲れ様でした。
追っかけ間に合うかな。オツである。ポロリしちゃったんだ。お疲れ様でした。オツである。ポロリ部分音声も差し替えなきゃ。オツである。オツ。